All right, today on Cooking with John, I'm fixing supper. Got some people coming to visit. Family, not really people, but they're coming to the house. That's what I'm doing, I'm making homemade meatloaf today. I'm going to make some cake bread, okay? Going to have potatoes, but instant potatoes, not other kind of potatoes. Going to have gravy for those. Instant gravy, not other kind of gravy. And what else was it, Jan? What? So I've got meatloaf, homemade cake bread, and instant potatoes with gravy. That's what's involved in supper today. Going to have to time it all out pretty close, but I believe we're going to be okay. We're going to get started. All right, let's get started today first with America's favorite homemade classic meatloaf. Here we go. Now, normally I would use, the recipe calls for 1 pound, okay? I'm in pound and a half, but I went with 2 pound of lean ground beef. In the lean ground beef, what we do is it calls for 1.5 cups. I got 1.33 cups of milk, just regular milk in this. Okay, I'm going to put this around. Milk's in it, okay? Now, in it also, breadcrumbs. I think we called for 1.5 cups of breadcrumbs. I went with a little more of the breadcrumbs because I've gone up to 2 pound on the beef. Okay, so we've got just a little more than on breadcrumbs. Didn't go with the whole onion because some of my people don't like onions. So we went about 1/2 of an onion, not a whole onion, just a sweet onion too. All right, eggs. I'm going to go ahead and go with these 2 cups. It calls for 1 egg, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and go with 2 eggs because I went with a little more beef. Now, I'm putting something in it that I normally haven't used in a while. This McCormick's, it's just a meatloaf seasoning, all right? I usually do my own seasoning, but I want to try a little bit of some McCormick's, see what that does. We'll see how it turns out, see what happens. All right, now this, we've got to mix up pretty good, okay? We're going to get it mixed up. This is America's favorite homemade meatloaf. All right, now it's pretty much and I might hit this with a little more breadcrumbs. The reason why is I want to make sure that it needs to be a little dry. If it's not a little dry, it just doesn't do as good. You want it to be a little dry, and breadcrumbs are about the only thing that makes it dry. I'll make some red sauce for it in just a moment, but I'm going to hit it because I went with a little bit more stuff in it. So I'm going to hit it with a little bit more breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs are not going to hurt it. Now you say, John, how do you know? Well, I don't know. I just thought I would do it. Cooking's supposed to be fun. Maybe, unless you're cooking like in the Army or in a submarine, or if you're cooking on a battleship, or if you're cooking outer space, then it could not be fun, okay? Or, as Janice shares, she cooked for 40 years to keep us alive, okay? In doing that, I can see where it could not be fun sometimes. All right, let me get a little bit of salt and pepper. How about I just get salt? Yeah, that's all right. Oh, sorry. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit of salt on this. Just salt to I don't use a lot of salt on anything but an apple. Now when I do my apples, I hit them pretty hard with the salt. Is it good for you? No. But do I do it? Yes. And hence I've been married for 42 years. Sometimes you do things that are not good for you. That's a truth. A lot of times I introduce Janice as my first wife. Somebody said, have you been married before? I said, nope, but I like to keep her on her toes. I don't want her to think, oh, I've got this spot forever. You got to do that, okay? Now, I've got a pretty good little meat thing going on here. Because I'm not using my hands. Ooh. I'm not going to put my hands down in that. When to use my hands. Sometimes I make it just a little bit more breadcrumbs. Just a little bit. Just a. It's not going to be 2, whatever you were saying. Oh, my oven has preheated. 2. I've got stuff going all over the place. Okay, as I shared, I'm making all this stuff for supper. Now, I got to pat this out into a loaf. Is that going to be easy? No. Because I have to touch it with my hands. Oop. 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 Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Sissy.
Janice, you shouldn't call your husband a sissy. It's emasculating. Oh, gee. Ooh, gee. Ooh, gee. Ooh, gee. Ooh, gee. Okay. All right, hold on. I'm patting it. Okay. Trying to make it sort of uniform.
You should put some dehydrated onions.
Because Colson's going to see them onions that fall out on the floor. Colson's not real fond of onions. Okay, there it is. There it is. There it is. Now, I'm going to put this in the oven at 350 degrees for 60 minutes. And while it's in the oven for 60 minutes, I'm going to sing some of my favorite songs and maybe tell a few jokes. No kidding. No kidding. I'm just joking. Ooh, I don't like to touch it. Now, as I go through this, when I get up near about the 45-minute mark, I'm going to pour my red sauce on it. Okay? All right, so let's drop this in the oven at 350 degrees for 60 minutes. At 350 degrees, the reason why is the internal part of that's supposed to be about 165. The inside of that when it gets up there to it. All right, so now let's whip up the red sauce for the to go on it up to about the 45-minute mark. Okay, now the red sauce calls for some things. Okay, a little bit. Now it calls for 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of mustard, and a third of ketchup. Okay, now what? I double it? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, because there you can have some extra.
Okay. All right. The camera ladies gave me some advice. She said I would double it. So she said it, and then I'll do it. Okay, now, brown sugar. I like to crumble it up a little bit, make sure I get it crumbled. Okay, brown sugar, I already gave it I already doubled my brown sugar. Okay? Now, when it comes to ketchup, 1/3 cup of ketchup. All right. All right, that's it. And let's give it a little more. Okay. Now, mustard calls for 2 tablespoons of mustard. Okay. I'm just going to put a little mustard in this. 2 tablespoons of mustard. I gave it a little more. Okay. Now, in the red sauce, that's really it that goes in that. Janice says I need a little more. Yeah. So let's do a little more. All right. We'll give it a little more brown sugar because you want some more. All right. So brown sugar, I'll crumble up some more. You see that in there? Do you see that in there? Brown sugar. All right. There's some more brown sugar. Here's some more ketchup. And I've got a new mustard over there, but
Yeah, Mr. Klein.
I think that's all the mustard. Okay, now we've got to stir this up. This is the red sauce that's going to go on the world famous, internationally known meatloaf. Okay, now, will it be great? Yes, I'm sure it'll be great meatloaf. Okay, but this is not going to go on, because if you put it on too early, it seems to me like it burns it up. And I just don't like that, okay? I don't want to burn it up. I don't like to burn up the meatloaf stuff. Same way with cheese when I'm making pizza. I don't like to put my cheese on too early. All right, we'll come back in a few moments, and I'll show you. We're going to add the red sauce on the meatloaf. These breadcrumbs? No, no, don't need no breadcrumbs. What are you talking about, Janice? Breadcrumbs. Janice want me to put breadcrumbs in it. I could use a little more mustard. All right, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, as I shared with you, tonight's supper consists of a lot of different things. I've got homemade meatloaf, classic American homemade meatloaf in the oven. I am doing cake bread, not biscuits, but cake bread. Janice has turned me on to this pretty hard, and all I've heard is my mama used to make cake bread, blah, 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 blah. I've heard it for 42 years, okay? I've heard that, okay? But that's okay. I'm making some great cake bread. And has she ever said it's good as her mom's? No, no. Got gravy, instant gravy, and instant mashed potatoes also. Right now, though, we are going to work on the cake bread. I'm using my new fancy bowl. One of the deals I found with biscuits for me, okay, now you may not be like that. Everybody has the right to be wrong. But I found that the sifter for my biscuits, when I do them now, I don't do anything that I don't sift, okay? Because it just makes everything work so much better when you sift it, okay? I like to know how much flour this thing holds. That holds about 2 cups, okay? That's about right. I could use that to measure with, 2 cups. It ain't bad though. Okay, now, I'll try to fast forward through this part. But the sifting makes it all do better. Sifting your flour. Now you're saying, John, I bet you couldn't sift that like that if you weren't so muscular and strong, where you got to hold it sifter like a big burly man. That's what you're thinking. I know it's what my wife is thinking right now. Oh, John, you're so strong. You handle that flour sifter so good. How do you do that? You're such a strong man. And whew, it hurts me a little bit. Do they make an electric sifter? If they do, I will get me one off the Amazon.
Oh, look at there.
This is the way the cocaine people do it. Probably. Sifting it makes it so much nice. I used to not sift my flour. I used to just plop it in there and let it fly. And I couldn't figure out why it didn't do good. But then for some reason, it was a miraculous revelation that I had back in the mountains on a fast and prayer. Oh, not really. It's after I had some chocolate chip cookies and a glass of milk. I happened to think, why don't I sift my flour? John? Now I know why. It's very hard. It seems like it's...
That's an awful lot of flour.
It's just 2 cups.
You've been sifting forever.
This is very hard. Oh, it's almost done. Praise the Lord. People praise the Lord for different reasons. Okay, the flour is hereby sifted. Okay, 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. This is my 2-ingredient biscuits, okay? Now, I'm telling you, this is all you need for biscuits. There's other people out there that give me all kinds of ideas. And I have fixed biscuits all kinds of different ways. But I have found that very simply, now if you don't have heavy whipping cream, then like for your biscuits, then you need to go to Food Line and get some. Okay? All right? But now, you say again, John, why aren't you using your hands? I'll tell you why. I don't want to. Okay? Because I have a problem. Yes. As most men, I'm always willing to admit my problems and acknowledge my faults. Though they are few and far between, I do acknowledge my faults. Okay? Now. Okay. Now. Okay. Now. Okay. This, I do at 400 degrees. Okay? I don't really need it much. Just a little bit. I don't need it a whole lot.
In your thing.
What?
Your thing you roll it out on.
No.
I know you're not rolling it out, but I mean, don't you need it to need it?
I'm going to knead it with my hands. Okay? It's not a lot.
You got a rolling pin over there.
I can mash it with my hands, Janice. Whew. If anybody out there is a good camera person and they would like to have a job that I only charge you $100 to film my programs, all I charge, and I would be willing to speak to you, you can direct message me at lookingforhelp.becauseWifeTalksTooMuch.com. Now I should have put a little bit of flour on my hands. Okay. This too, I'm going to put a little bit of butter on it before I put it in. I don't want it too flat. Because what you have to do, you got to watch it. No, I'm not going to put no butter on it until it starts baking. Okay, because I don't want to make it too soft. Right? If I put too much butter on it, it might mess it up. It bakes out like a big biscuit. Okay? Your mom and I are the only ones that make this, Janice.
Okay, sorry.
And she obviously didn't leave the recipe. If she did, you would have it. And I know nobody else has it. None of your brothers have it. I know they don't. Okay. Now. Okay. That's about the right thing. It's like a thick biscuit. That's all I want. I just want it like a thick biscuit. That's what I'm looking for. All right. There it is. Now, I got the oven set. Okay. Let me rinse my hands off. Okay. I've got the oven set. I'm telling you, this is a hard job, this doggone bacon. I like making the biscuits and I like making the cake bread. Janice says today we were at lunch and I took her out to a fine lunch and a dinner, and I try to take her out as often as I can because we've been married 42 years and everything is in her name, so I have to be nice to her. So what I done, took her out to a nice lunch, and I was talking about, well, she said, "What are you fixing today, John?" That's the way she talks. And I said, I told her everything. She said, "You could just stop and get a can of biscuits." I said, "No, I like to make my own bread." Whew.
I love candy.
A man's job is never done, okay? Mostly because he never, huh?
How long does it take that to
Should it set? You think it will hurt it to set? With not making it yet?
How long does it take to cook?
Takes about 20 minutes.
They're not planning on being here till 6:30.
Okay. I'm going to get this set a minute. We'll have to be sure and show you when I put it in, though. Okay, I'll show you when I.
But you can just go.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to put this in the oven at 420 degrees. And I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. All right, meatloaf is out, okay? I red sauced it just a little bit more, about 3 times, okay, with the red sauce that we fixed up. I don't really have any kind of a warmer to put this meatloaf in, but I really feel confident. I tried to check my internal temperature, but I couldn't really get the little, I got to get me a new thermometer or put a battery in that one or something. I think they probably make better ones since I got that one. I don't know where I got that one at. Anyway, 350 for 60 minutes is what I done. I just stayed with the time. I red sauced it about 3 times. I used up a pretty good bit of the red sauce on it. I've got just a little bit left we can put around, but it turned out pretty good. Okay, I'll know once we cut it. I doubt me getting to film it because once the natives hit, it's pretty wild here. All right, homemade, classic American meatloaf. Behind every great man is a great woman, especially a woman that washes dishes, okay? Now, I know you see me and you think, oh John, you must do it all. But no, Janice is a dishwashing machine, all right? She can absolutely, we fight over who's going to wash the dishes a lot of times. Yeah. We do, Janice. I say, I'll wash them. I'm
very picky about my dishes.
She's very picky about them, so I think that's a slander. But anyway, she's all over them dishes. Leave it boiling?
No, turn it off.
Okay, all right. We have America's instant potatoes. Now, instant potatoes, I don't do them a whole lot, okay? Janice does them more than I do. So she's a little touchy over her instant potatoes. Okay, all right, now, you have to not scratch the bottom, okay, of the container. Whoops. All right, she's a...
Now you can use your spoon.
Okay. I have a hard time because I don't want to scratch my pot. Okay. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, now.
A little milk and butter and sour.
All right, we're going to hit it with a little bit of, I'm going to put a little butter and sour cream in first.
Yeah, so it's still good.
Okay. And I'm more the fried potato type of guy. I'll give a little more butter. I don't think it really matters how much butter. We can put whatever you want in it. Okay. Little sour cream. Now, instant potatoes are more of a science than what you think they are. All right. It has to be just right. All right. Little garlic powder. Not garlic salt. Little salt. Little pepper. We need to get some pepper. Okay, now. I know. I'm going to put my little glove thing on because I don't want to.
Yeah, mix it really good.
I got to put the milk in it, honey.
I know, but mix it really good.
Our kids like instant potatoes better than they like real potatoes. Okay? Okay, and a little bit of milk, and then I'll mix it some more. Just a splash of milk. Okay? These will go in the warmer bowl. Okay? I've got a mixer. How come I never use the mixer for anything? I've got that real nice little hand mixer.
Just a drop of milk.
A little bit more milk? I don't think, but I'll put it in there.
Once you sit,
All right.
that's good. Sometimes it's just psychological.
If you make real mashed potatoes, you got to boil them first, don't you?
And then this is the same thing, except you have masher.
I don't want to have to do that. All right. I think we're in pretty good shape there. You? Yes, we are. You just do stuff to say.
More salt and pepper. A little more salt.
Oh, Janice, you're killing me.
Okay.
Okay, now. I had to check on my bread. Okay. Want these to go in the big warmer, don't we?
Yeah.
All right. We use the big warmer. No, just hold on a second there, will you? You're starting to drive me crazy, woman.
I don't want you
Okay. Okay, now these are going over here and this. Okay. It plopped right out.
Teflon cozy pot.
It did plop right out, didn't it? Okay. Mashed potatoes. And I'm going to put just a little butter right on top of these. Okay. After this butter, we're switching to Amish butter. After we get rid of all the parquet. All right, that's it. Mashed potatoes, instant in. Now, let's take a look at these biscuits. See where we are. And not biscuit, but cake bread. Okay, been in here a few minutes. I'm not going to butter it yet. I'm letting it work. It's at 400 degrees. It's got 8 more minutes. I give it about 15 minutes. I'll show you when we're done.
Ooh, what's that?
Butter.
What's butter look like?
All right, is it recording?
Ooh.
All right, now. Okay. Cake bread.
Yeah, cake bread. I
Cake
knew
bread
that.
is coming out. All right. This
knew
pan,
that.
listen, this pan is hot.
Ooh,
Okay.
can I touch
Over here,
the bread?
Jan. I'm the
Wait,
important subject.
Wait, can I touch the bread?
No, not yet. All right, on this, I'm going to go ahead and
Let
butter.
smell it.
You want to butter it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to butter it.
Cake
butter,
bread.
butter, butter.
Now, just do it gently on the bread. No, do it gently, or I'll have to slap you with the brush.
And it'll be burning hot.
All right, go ahead, a little more. No, quit. You're driving me crazy.
Can I try for a little bit?
Do you know that kids are made not to be seen
Yes,
or
please.
not to be heard? Children
Yes.
are only made to be enjoyed from afar.
Come on.
No, don't do that, you little crackhead.
Ha!
All right, a little more butter on it, just a
Can
little.
I?
Just a little.
Boop, 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 boop.
Okay, terrible.
Happy butter. Happy
I just do sides, that's all.
Carter paint happy trees on them.
Happy trees! Happy.
Okay, this is cake bread. Okay, my own special
Cake bread.
recipe. All right, now
Why? Are we making cake?
this is cake.
Hmm?
Okay, all right, all right, everybody. Okay, that's cake bread. Now I'm going to cut it in a moment, but I'm not going to cut it yet. Okay.
Why?
All right, now
What does that mean?
just hold on a second.
Can you give me one?
I'm going to give you something in a second that your parents have not gave you in a while.
Yes.
A good old-fashioned
Who
beating.
is that?
Okay, listen. This pan is hot.
Oh, what's a pan?
This is a pan.
What is it
Hot.
called? What's
This is-
inside of
It's
it?
called meatloaf.
I'm
Okay.
not looking at. No, thank you. No,
Stay-
thank you. No, thank you.
Stay where you are.
I am not doing that
I
smell.
really didn't want you to.
I got big now.
Just stand still. I know what you got, okay?
I
The
go
whole
swing
out-
over there.
All right, meatloaf. This meatloaf looks very good, okay? Now, we have meatloaf there.
Hey,
Okay?
that's my seat.
No, you move.
All right, now you got a microphone on, so it's important that you curb your talking
Why?
because your grandfather doesn't want to slap you on the head on camera, okay? Cake bread in the plate.
I don't know what the cake bread.
It's cake bread, okay?
Oh.
There's the
thought
cake
it
bread.
was cake man.
Okay, all right, now, also
Let's take
What we
that
have-
mayo.
is homemade instant mashed potatoes,
Definitely homemade.
okay?
Not like, I don't like that smell.
It's not for you.
Listen, we should note that this child is.
I go eat that.
We should know that this child, you should have never
The
taught him.
child.
Everybody's worried about him talking when he was little.
What is that?
And I-
Now he talks too much.
Oh,
Now-
soup.
no, it's not soup, you little crackhead.
I
It's
thought
gravy.
soup. What?
All
what
right,
is it
gravy
called?
for the mashed potatoes.
Gravy? My mom
Okay.
hates gravy.
Your mom hates gravy.
Yes, it hates. My mommy hates gravy.
Okay, now,
Mom, do you actually hate gravy?
I
now,
don't like gravy either.
okay,
Biscuits.
I want,
okay.
I want biscuits stacked all
The
up.
neighbors. What?
It's a cookie
I know
show.
Why?
it's hard to keep her
What's
focused.
this cookie show?
Okay, all right. This is a little bit more red sauce. Okay,
Bread sauce.
here we go. Now the cake bread.
Sauce like a bread
Cake
sauce.
bread. Okay.
Sauce. Husband sauce.
Do that to the camera. Look at Mama do that.
Say it. Say it.
Potato sauce. Ooh, they're so funny.
Like he's made for the camera.
Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Okay. Instant mashed potatoes.
Can you give me nuggets or something?
No, I didn't.
I got in cookie nuggets.
No, we made your nuggets.
yes.
Oh, where's your
Nuggets
nuggets?
right
Try. You need to try Papa's food.
No.
Only.
Don't talk so loud now, because you have a microphone on.
I know.
Okay. All right.
I wouldn't like him. He likes
What are you doing?
Homemade meatloaf.
Are you gonna taste it?
This is really about
Your mama juiced him.
Are you just gonna taste it?
You want to bite?
Nope, I'm good. I'm not.
Try it, sorry. Give me a mic.
No,
But don't talk so much.
Okay.
When you say things, it picks up on the microphone.
Okay.
No. There's a reason why children are not made to be
Put it on
heard.
Carter's chair.
Can I please, please?
Don't talk about it.
All right, sit still. Look, cake bread. Cut it with your fork.
Can I?
That's the corner piece too. It's going to be a little tougher. Yeah, if you don't yap so much, you can have it. Stay a
Yeah.
little bit quieter, because everything you say.
phone is still on the back of my neck. Go make sure it ain't no. Right here.
This cake bread will be good with butter on it.
What's butter?
More butter.
What does that mean?
Pretty good.
I don't like butter.
Okay.
Butter.
Carter says it's a success. All right.
I really prefer
Supper tonight. I've got natives here. Natives. That's you.
Oh.
That's you.
I'm not a native. I'm John Colston Davis.
And I'm Uncle John. What are you looking at me for, you little squeegee eyed?
Mama.
All right.
Can I be Mr. Carter?
Thank you.
John
Look,
Colston
down here.
Davis. Color.
Thank you for watching Cooking with John. I almost forgot the name of the program.
Yeah.
Okay. Due to the great confusion,
Cooking in the
older
circus.
people sometimes slip. Adios. Bye-bye.
Adios. Bye-bye. Copy.
All right.
All right, feed me.
Ah.